When I was 12, some classmates thought it was funny that my chest looked different. I felt embarrassed. My chest had a slight, rounded shape. Though it was small and easily hidden, my mom reassured me it would eventually go away. The boys in my class got used to seeing me in the showers and pool, and things went back to normal. After about a year, my chest had developed further, becoming more rounded. The change was so gradual that neither I nor my friends had really noticed. The issue first came up during a swimming class. "You can't swim like that," the swimming instructor told me. I was confused and replied, "These are school swimming trunks, sir." He pointed to my chest and explained I couldn't swim without covering up. "What would your parents say if the girls were allowed to swim topless?" he asked. "But I'm not a girl, sir. I always swim in these trunks," I protested. "Your chest resembles that of a girl's," he insisted. "So, you'll need to cover up in the pool." He sent me to the changing room while he looked for something more appropriate. When he returned, he handed me a one-piece girl's swimming suit. I was taken aback. "I don't want to wear that, sir. I'll look ridiculous," I objected. "Yes, it will look odd, and I apologize for that," he said. "But at least you'll be decent, and that's what's important." Reluctantly, I changed into the suit, a plain black one with crisscross straps at the back. I felt mortified to join the class in it. "Sorry, that suit isn't appropriate either," the instructor said, noticing the hair showing. "Take it off and change again," he instructed. I quickly put my trunks back on, relieved. Soon after, the teacher returned with something else. He handed me a black bikini top. "Try this, it's not our usual policy to allow two-piece suits, but you are an exception." The top had foam cups with hard plastic underneath and a strap fastening at the back. I had never seen anything like it but figured the cups went over my chest and the straps went over my shoulders. "You'll need to figure out how to wear it yourself," the instructor said as he helped me fasten it. Rejoining the swimming class felt awkward, but the boys didn't mock me as much as I expected. Some even defended me, saying how unfair the teacher was for making me wear the bikini top. That night, I planned to talk to my father about what had happened, but both my parents were out. My sister, Helen, was the only one home. She's just a year older than me, and we usually got along fine. "Helen, I need to talk to you about something that happened today," I said, then explained what had happened during swimming class. She laughed at first but quickly became serious when she saw the tears in my eyes. "Can I see?" she asked. We went to her room, and I took off my shirt and undershirt to show her my chest. Helen took off her own shirt and showed me her chest, which looked similar to mine. I was surprised to see that my chest really did look like a girl's. It was round, just like hers, but with less of an overhang. "How long have you been hiding those?" she asked. "I can see why the school was concerned about you swimming topless." Helen let me touch her chest to compare, and then she began to put her bra back on. "Why do you wear a bra?" I asked, though I already knew the answer. The bikini top I had worn earlier had provided support and felt comfortable. "Does it hurt when you play sports?" she asked. "Not just during sports," I confessed. "All the time. You really need one of these," she said, handing me a black, elasticated sports top. "It's a sports bra," she explained. The bra was more like a cropped t-shirt with a front zipper and wide straps. I must have been blushing as I slipped it on, and Helen adjusted the straps for me. "Now try jumping up and down," she instructed. The difference was incredible. My chest was held firmly, and I no longer felt discomfort or movement. "Your chest looks much flatter, but the straps show through your shirt," Helen observed. "Unfortunately, this is my only sports bra. I can't let you keep it, though." I wasn't sure how to feel as I removed the bra. It felt awkward, but once it was off, I missed the support. Sensing my conflicted feelings, Helen handed me another bra to try. "This is called a t-shirt bra," my sister explained. "It's designed to be less noticeable under a shirt." The white bra had underwired cups with slight padding. "The padding helps prevent soreness," she added. Seeing my confused look, Helen showed me how to put the bra on. Although I felt embarrassed wearing a bra with separate cups, after adjusting the straps, I noticed my chest was supported and lifted. After putting my shirt back on, I checked the effect of the bra. They still stick out too much, I complained. I can't wear this. The straps are less noticeable. Try jumping up and down, my sister encouraged. To my surprise, the t-shirt bra made a huge difference. You can keep that one, even if just for around the house. It might help a little. Why not take a look at Mum's catalogue for other styles? Feeling awkward, I opened the catalogue and flipped through the lingerie section, overwhelmed by the variety of bra styles. There are instructions in the back on how to measure your size, Helen pointed out. Following the instructions, I measured myself while wearing a bra and noted the measurements. Using the size chart, I figured out my bra size, 36A. When Mum and Dad returned home, I had to explain why I was wearing one of Helen's bras. Dad wasn't happy and insisted I shouldn't wear one, but Mum examined my chest and said it was fine to continue if it helped. We decided to take a day off from school and visit the doctor the next morning. The doctor examined me briefly and diagnosed my condition as gynecomastia, a common, temporary issue for boys my age. He took a blood sample and reassured us that my chest would return to normal in a few months. Doctor, my chest hurts a lot, especially during sports. Is it okay to wear a bra? Could you write a note for school? I asked. The doctor agreed and promised to contact us with the test results. With the rest of the day off, I went to town to buy a new swimsuit. I had seen men on TV wearing suits that covered their chests, but the sports store didn't have anything like that. All the one-piece suits were for women, with shoulder straps and chest cups. Eventually, I bought a bikini top, though I didn't need the bottom. I also looked at sports bras but felt too embarrassed to try them on, and they were too expensive anyway. The next day at school, I handed the doctor's letter to my teacher. Shortly after, I was called to the headmaster's office, where my games teacher and the school nurse were waiting. Mr. James, the headmaster, spoke first. We've reviewed the doctor's letter and consulted with the school medical staff, he said. Unfortunately, we have some difficult news for you, Chris. The nurse thinks it may be risky for you to participate in rough contact sports with the other boys, the games teacher added. We're concerned about the possibility of others touching your chest. What should I do, sir? Should I be excused from games? I asked. No, that's not the solution, he replied. You'll be joining Miss Turner's class for games. Does that mean I can't play football anymore, sir? I asked. I'm afraid so, Chris. Miss Turner teaches hockey, netball, gymnastics, and ballet. Sometimes her class does cross-country running and athletics. You'll need to speak with her to get the class timetable. Still in shock, I left the office and headed for Miss Turner's class. She was in the gym teaching ballet to a group of girls. I walked in and approached her. Miss Turner didn't seem happy. First, you must never come in here with outdoor shoes, she scolded. And second, it's very rude to interrupt my class. Wait quietly until it's over. I had definitely started off on the wrong foot with my new games teacher. Not a good start. I sat down and watched the girls learning different dance steps, which looked pretty challenging. They all wore the same uniform, a black leotard with a short wraparound skirt and white tights. After the class finished, Miss Turner asked me to help put away the mats. So you're Chris, the boy who's joining my classes, she asked. Yes, miss, I replied. All right, I'll give you a list of lessons for the rest of the term. You'll need some new equipment, like a hockey stick, but I can lend those to you. Meet me here after lunch, and I'll have everything ready. Thank you, miss, I said gratefully, then headed off for my lunch break. I found Mia, a girl I liked, and told her I'd be joining her PE lesson that day. What are we doing today? I asked. Why do you want to join the girls' PE class? She asked, raising an eyebrow. It took me a moment to explain my condition and why Mr. James had insisted I join her class. MIA seemed curious but a bit uneasy when I let her feel inside my shirt. After a moment, she told me we'd be playing netball and promised to explain the rules. After lunch, Miss Turner was waiting for me in the gym with a box by her side. "Take good care of this equipment and don't show up without the proper gear again," she said firmly. I took the box and a hockey stick from her. Since PE was next, I headed straight to the boys' changing room to check the contents. I quickly changed into my PE shorts and t-shirt, ready for the netball lesson. As I went through the box, I found shin guards, presumably for hockey, a booklet on netball, and a rule book for hockey. I tucked everything under the bench and joined the girls' netball class. MIA smiled when she saw me, but another girl I didn't recognize spoke up. "Miss, that's not fair. How come he doesn't have to wear a skirt like the rest of us? Can I wear shorts too?" Soon, about half the class echoed the same question. It seemed that the school required girls to wear leotards and skirts for PE, and they weren't happy about it. Miss Turner took me aside. "I don't have 20 pairs of shorts to lend out, and the school wouldn't approve," she said. "I know it's not your fault, but your presence is causing a stir. How can we solve this? Maybe you'd be willing to wear a skirt," she trailed off, looking flustered. "No, forget that. You should sit this lesson out, and we'll figure it out later." I felt guilty for causing so much trouble. "Miss Turner, I'd like to take part in the lesson, and I'm willing to wear a skirt if that helps. If you can lend me one," I added, realizing how awkward that sounded. Miss Turner rummaged through a cupboard and pulled out some clear plastic bags, each containing a navy blue game skirt. "Are you sure you're comfortable with this?" she asked. I opened one of the bags, looked at the skirt, and said, "I don't know how to put this on." She wrapped it around my waist over my shorts and showed me how to fasten the hooks and button. I figured I should remove my shorts so the girls wouldn't complain, leaving just the skirt to cover me. It was very short, and I quickly understood why the girls would prefer shorts. When I rejoined the class, there were whistles and laughs, but Miss Turner quickly stopped them. We got started with netball run, pass, behind you, MIA, quick left, faster, pass, yes, that's good, goal. The game continued, and I eventually forgot all about the teasing, enjoying the game much more than I had expected. By the end of the lesson, I was exhausted, but the girls were laughing, happy and enjoying the fun. I felt pretty good as I headed to the changing room for a shower. The boys had just returned from a football game and saw me in my game's skirt. "Look at Davina," one of them said. "The girls change in the next room," another chimed in. Even some of my close friends mocked me and pretended to kiss me. I landed a solid punch on the first one who tried to lift my skirt. Mr. Black, the PE teacher, rushed in to stop the fight. Back in the gym office, Miss Turner handed me more items I'd need for upcoming lessons. I added them to the box: a leotard for gymnastics and ballet, tights, a stiff white skirt for ballet, and another blue skirt for hockey and netball. I was shocked. I had thought the skirt would be just for that lesson, but it seemed I'd be wearing a girl's uniform for all PE classes. Due to the meeting with the game's teachers, I arrived late to my next class with Mr. Jones for math. Usually, I sat next to James Perkins, who helped me when I had trouble with the lessons. This time, another boy was sitting in my spot. I noticed an empty seat by John, but he shoved it tightly against the desk to signal he didn't want me there. MIA waved me over to sit with her, and I had no choice but to join her. I apologized to Mr. Jones for being late and sat down next to MIA. Between classes, I found that most of the boys didn't want to talk to me unless they were looking for a fight. MIA introduced me to some of her friends, who were more open to me. We started discussing netball and how I could improve, then moved on to other sports and even ballet. By the time we returned to class, I was looking forward to my first hockey game. It sounded like fun. After school, I walked home with MIA and Lucy, who both lived nearby. A few boys tried to provoke me into another fight, but the girls urged me not to engage. Eventually, our conversation turned to our chests, and we realized we could relate to each other's experiences. Lucy offered to take me to a lingerie shop to find a comfortable bra, and MIA quickly agreed to join her. In return, I promised to stop trying to be a hero and wear my bra to school every day. According to the doctor's report, I had a hormone imbalance causing excess female hormones in my body. He assured me that the condition would resolve once my testosterone levels increased, which he expected to happen within a year. However, he advised against taking any harmful medications, as my chest, though uncomfortable, wasn't a health risk. He warned that my chest might grow a bit larger temporarily but assured me it would disappear within 18 months. Don't forget to join me on Patreon for exclusive content,